Itsukushima Island, situated on the Seto Inland Sea, has been a location sacred to the Shintoist religion since the remotest of times. In 1168, the powerful Taira clan decided to build a magnificent sanctuary blending between the sea and the mountain. According to the Japanese principle of beauty that unifies natural landscape with human work. Access to the sanctuary is through the torii, a portico erected at the entrance of the Shintoist temples. It took 20 years to find the camphor tree from which its towering pillars would be carved from a single block. Built on the water, the sanctuary rests on almost 100 stilts supporting the structure. These pilots and pontoons preserve the sacred status of the islands because no one has the privilege to set foot on its soil. The Taira clan decided to erect this building according to the characteristic plans of noble residences. And presently, the sanctuary revives some practices of this nobility. Musicians play pieces of the ancient imperial court's music, accompanied by the bukaku's choreography. But Itsukushima is primarily a place of Shinto religion. The natural elements of life, the mountains, the sea, the plants and animals are revered. The construction on the waters classifies Itsukushima as a unique place. During high tides, the building becomes a real floating sanctuary. In the traditional plans of noble houses, an artificial pond preceded the main residence. Here, the founders of the sanctuary had the incredible idea of replacing the pond with the Seto Inland Sea. An originality that bestows upon the site all its magic, being classified as a worldwide heritage of humanity by UNESCO since 1996. The sides of the Nikko Mountains, worshipped as sacred mountains since the most ancient times, shelter a complex of temples and sanctuaries that harmoniously blend this exceptional natural jewel casing. The Shinto sanctuary of Futarasan Jinja is the oldest complex. Peaceful and simple, this symbol of Shintoism perfectly integrates with the environment. Moreover, the Rinnoji offers a more colorful and exuberant appearance. This Buddhist temple, founded in the 8th century, is a place of cult. Chinese inspirations are everywhere. Two giants watch over the entrance of the most prestigious building of Nikko, the mausoleum of the Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. Each year, a procession of thousands of warriors commemorates the arrival of his coffin at Nikko. The principal gate of this opulent tomb is a testimony of the will of the power of shoguns to dazzle people with its construction. Called Yomiman, this name suggests that it takes a full day to admire the sculpture. Erected in 1636, it is almost entirely covered by ornaments of Chinese inspiration. At the heart of the mausoleum, the Shomin Karaman is also a masterpiece of foreign inspiration. It is commonly called by the name of the Chinese Gate. These magnificent sanctuaries and temples in Nikko are still presently a place of cult. They are objects of profound veneration and are inscribed as Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO since 1999. South of Honshu Island lies the prestigious Kyoto, imperial capital of Japan from the 8th century to the 19th century. In this city, thousands of temples and countless palaces are testimony of the artistic and cultural wealth of its feudal era. The most famous is the Kinkaku-ji, built in 1397. The building is more commonly referred to as the Golden Pavilion because of its walls covered by golden leaves. It's the work of Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, a powerful general who at the time was the supreme authority. He covered the pavilion with gilt and rich decoration, asserting his rank and his taste for opulence. The last floor, smaller, was conceived for religious purposes. Zen Buddhism was practiced. On the roof, a Chinese phoenix always watches over this masterpiece, created by Yoshimitsu. His grandson, the shogun Yoshimasa, pursued this search of the aesthetic. In the east part of Kyoto, he built the Kinkaju-ji, the splendid silver pavilion. The building was covered by silver leaves. Although it's not confirmed, the legend states it was to draw the shogun's work closer to his grandfather's masterpiece. The Zen style unites the two men and their monuments. Here, in an astonishing garden, this new aesthetic blooms. A dry garden without water or vegetation is composed only by sand and rock. In the moonlight, nature seems to offer the pavilion the colors that his creator couldn't. From the windows of the temple, the scene is breathtaking. This mineral piece wasn't conceived for the pedestrian. It always has to be contemplated from a fixed point, like an actual painting. The two pavilions have been inscribed as Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO since 1994. Erected adjacent to Kobe, on a hilltop, lies an elegant and majestic castle, Himeji-jo. Composed of 83 buildings, it's the largest fortress of Japan. Founded around 1609 during the early famous era of Edo, it's a testimony of the military climate present at the time in Japan. This wooden construction links a deep research of the aesthetic to its defensive function. The lightness and the finesse of its architecture connects the Himeji-jo to the Renaissance castles expanding all over Europe at the time. Because of its brilliant white walls, it's often nicknamed the Castle of the White Heron. Nevertheless, Himeji-jo was primarily a fortress conceived to resist the new armies. Following the route opened by Vasco da Gama, Portuguese navigators shipwrecked in Japan around 1543. They were carrying muskets that the Japanese rushed to replicate. Those rifles would change the nature of fights that were raging among the samurais. He erected fortresses strong enough to resist this new armament. Himeji-jo's defensive system consisted of a labyrinth of enclosures, paths, gates, and passages. The many loopholes allowed the soldiers to shoot at the enemy. The obstacles multiplied, and it became almost impossible for the assailants to reach the heart of the castle, the keep. 5 stories, measuring 150 feet in height, elegantly decorated, represented the power of the state and constituted, in time of war, the last bastion of resistance. At the center of 400 years of history, the wooden building miraculously survived fires, earthquakes, and enemy attacks. It was classified a Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO in 1993.